Today we're creating an AI agent squad for our AI automation agency that's going to handle calls and book sales calls with our sales agents. So let's give this agent a call.
Hello, this is Tara from Telebox AI. I can help you book a call with our sales team, or would you like to talk to one of our demo agents?
Yeah, I'd like to book a call. Today, we are making an appointment setter for your business that can answer your calls 24/7. And we're going to use 3 tools to make this happen. The first tool, VAPI. The second tool, Make.com, that we're looking at right now. And the third tool, Replit. So without further ado, let's jump into this build. First thing we're going to do is hop over to VAPI and create a new assistant. So I'm already logged in. I'm gonna go ahead and hit create assistant. First thing we have to do is name it. I'm going to name this Telebox AI main agent 2. Okay, and we're gonna keep it a blank template here. Create an assistant. All right. Solid stuff. Let's keep it rolling. Next thing we have to do is set this model to ChatGPT 4o mini. And then we're going to start configuring what this agent says and does. So it always has a first message, and we want the first message to greet our customers and instruct them on what they can do, what the agent can do. And that's why we've made it say something like, you can book a call, or I can make transfers. So yeah, all of these resources are gonna be in the description, and you're gonna be able to copy this from below. Next thing we're going to do is add a system prompt in here. So these system prompts that I'm gonna give you for our agents today have been configured, and you can see they look a little different than your normal ChatGPT prompt. That's because they are. So they're using something called Markdown language, which if you want to learn more about Markdown language, you can learn about it from the same tutorial master that I learned about it from, Giannis Moore. I'm linking his videos in the description. Go over there, check him out. He's an awesome resource for all things VAPI. But yeah, let's get back to it. So I'm gonna walk you through this prompt that we've configured here a bit. And prompts typically always start with an instructional portion at the top. That's what this bit is, and it's just telling the agent that the goal is to assist customers by identifying their concerns and forwarding them to the appropriate team member. Which that's essentially the same thing that you would tell a new hire at your company. You would tell them you're fielding inbound calls, and then you're going to identify what they need, then transfer it to who needs to answer that call. Next thing, we have to classify who they need to transfer to. Is it to the booking agent, or is it to the demos, the different demos that we have at this sample AI agency that we're making this agent for today? So after they've identified it, then the next step is to transfer the customer to the correct agent. If they want to book a call, they're going to forward it to the booking agent, or if they want to see one of the demos, they forward it to one of these numbers. Then if they have other inquiries, they're going to use the internal knowledge base, which we're going to get to that later. It's going to be a file that we're going to add to the knowledge base later after this. But yeah, that's all for this agent right now. And we're gonna go ahead and publish this agent. Okay, now that that's published, the next thing we have to do is create another assistant. Since these assistants are going to be in a squad, we are creating a squad of agents that work together with very specific tasks. So agent 1, his only job is to classify what the call is and then transfer to the correct number. Agent 2 is the booking agent. The booking agent's only job is to find out the information that they need to book the call and then book the call. Splitting these tasks up like this into different agents makes a ton of sense when you think about it. If you think about a company structure, a company is going to have multiple departments that only are responsible for one thing. They're going to have an accounting department. They're going to have a human resources department. They're going to have a sales department. And the human resources department does not handle the sales calls. Those splits are made for a very specific reason. Well, when you're building AI agents, it works the same way. They function very well when they're given a small specific set of tasks, and that's what we're doing today. So the next agent that we're going to create is the booking agent. The next agent that we're going to build is the booking agent. So this booking agent is going to be in charge of one thing and one thing only: booking appointments for our AI automation agency. And we're going to go ahead and so first things first, again, name it. Name the assistant. We're going to name it Telebots AI Booking Agent 2. Then keep it the blank template. So create the assistant. Cool. Created OpenAI. We're going to want to change this model to 4.0. We're upgrading this one to 4.0 because it has a little more things to do in terms of knowledge that it has to tap into. It has to access a couple tools as well as make a little bit of more judgments. So we're going to want to use a higher intelligence model so that it can make those judgments more accurately and return us the responses that we're looking for. So next thing we're going to do is start out with the first message again. So first message, we're going to lead customers right into booking an appointment by getting their first name. The agent will pick this up and then they'll be able to immediately add a name to the booking. Okay, next thing we're going to do is add in the prompt. And yeah, and let's walk through that prompt a little bit. So this prompt, similar as before, it starts off with the guidelines. And as a booking agent for Telebots AI, you're responsible for scheduling calls with customers. Here are those steps. And this is, again, using that markdown language, which markdown language, if you go check out Giannis's video, you'll see AIs understand markdown a bit better than just traditional English or German or whatever language that you speak. They're a bit better at understanding it because it's closer to code. So let's go through initial information. It's going to get the full name, obtain the reason for booking the call, so we can add that to the description of the call, then schedule the call. So first thing it's going to do, a lot of appointment setters, they will ask the customer what appointment they would prefer. We're going to do this a bit in reverse, and I found this works a bit better with booking, is we go just directly to our calendar and then get free times. And we use a make scenario to access those free times. And then, so we're going to tell the agent here to use the tool that we're going to set up in a bit to get those free times, then offer those free times, which are pre-vetted by our programmatic system as open. So we're going to straight up offer those free times, offer 3 free times that were available, and then ask the customer, which one of these free times do you want? This helps reduce back and forth. They're not going to ask for a free time. They're not going to ask for different times that we might not have available. Then there's a lot more back and forth. This keeps the interaction nice and short, so they can just pick one of these free times. Then after they pick a free time, the agent is instructed to confirm the time and then use the booking tool to schedule the call. So this is the second tool that we're going to set up in a little bit. And then after they've booked the time, conclude the call. Then we have some notes at the bottom here that are instructing the agent to keep the conversation casual. Remember that you're in a professional setting, but use casual language. because we want people to feel comfortable while they're talking to the Telebot's AI agent. All right, so that's it for now on this screen. Next thing we're going to do is build a tool. The next thing we're going to do is build our first tool for our agent squad. So as we said, the booking agent has 2 tools required to make it work. We're going to hop over to the tools section and then make a tool. So new tool, we're going to use this as a custom tool and save this for now. Then we have to hop over to our make.com and we're going to create a new tool. So we're going to create a new scenario, and first thing we're going to do, so down in the resource description, the first tool we're going to set up is the return open times tool. So go ahead down in the resource, grab the return open times JSON. We're gonna choose file here and then bring that one in, return open time JSON. So you can see that on screen. Hit save, and then we're gonna set this up. So I'll walk you through this. First thing we have to do is add a new webhook here. I'm going to do return open times tbot 2 webhook. Okay, save that. Then we're going to copy that address right there, hop back to VAPI, then copy that in there, save it, then move on to the next step. Next step, we are going to set up the schema for this tool, and that schema is pretty straightforward for this tool. Only thing we're going to need is the time zone. So we want to name the time zone right there, and then the next thing, you're gonna grab this as well. So all right, so this is the time zone that we are located in. And then if EST, set time zone to US Eastern. So this tells our tool, or tells our agent to get the time zone and then set the time zone correctly to this string so that it can pass this string along to our tool that we're about to set up, or through our tool to our make scenario. So we're gonna name this free times 2, and then the tool description, we're going to say this tool is used to return free times for booking calls with our team. Okay, then we need to hop back to our agent over here, the booking agent, and then once we're back at our agent, we want to go ahead and hop over to functions, go ahead and add functions, add the free times 2 tool to our agent right there. Then we want to hop back to the model, and this is already going to be done for you, but I'm just going to add that 2 at the end there. Use the free times 2 tool. So when you copy this description, that's already going to be in there. Publish. Okay, so now that that's published, next tool we're going to create is the booking calendar tool, the book appointment tool. So, all right, now that we've set up that tool, let's walk through exactly what you're setting up. So there's a few more things in here to finesse. So first things first, we are going to, so this part does the requested date. We're going to set this to the current date. You don't have to touch anything there. Then the end requesting date, since we're only requesting dates for the next month, this just adds a month to that requested date so that we can send that to our Google Calendar and then get the busy dates for the next month. So then you're going to want to make sure that you add and sign up with a new Google account here. So sign in, and then once you've signed in, you have to make sure that this is mapped to the main account that you're setting up. So as you can see, my calendar I want it connected to is info@telebots.ai. Okay, then once that's set, we can move on. And one thing we have to do here when setting this up is we have to make sure that this iterator is set to the proper busy schedule. So right now it's set to Telebots AI busy, but when you get this, you're gonna have to do this to set that up. So unlink that bit at the top there, right after the webhook. Move this to the set requested date step. Then unlink here between the iterator and the tools. Then go ahead and run this once. When we run this anyway, okay, that's gonna give us that variable from the Google Calendar, so we can set this in here. And what we're gonna do is erase this one, because that'll be mine, and then go ahead and find it here. So you're gonna see calendars, Telebots AI. If you've set it up correctly, then you're gonna see busy. You want to add in this busy array right here. And then that should be all set up. Okay, now that we've set that, go ahead back here and connect everything back again. All right, then we're just gonna quickly do a cheeky little save here and make sure we don't lose any of what we just did. And then move along down here. So now that we're getting the busy times, we aggregate them so we first format them and then into the proper format. Then we create a JSON with those busy dates. Won't have to change anything here, but where you will have to change is right here. So we're making a request to a Replit to take those busy times and then return free times from it. And we have to set that Replit up now. So how we're going to do that, you're going to get a link in the description for a free times Replit. And then you're going to need to put that here at the top. You're going to need to launch that and deploy that URL, and then put that URL in here. Then you shouldn't have to change anything else. So I'm going to show you that process right now. So I've gone over to Replit, and this is going to be the same thing that you'll do when you come in here. So you're going to want to open that URL. Then it's going to bring you to this free times returner public. You're going to come up here and then fork this. So come to these three dots, hit fork that. That forks me a new one. And I'm going to say public 2, fork it. And I'm going to do this as a public one. I have the full version that allows me to do these privately, but you're going to, if you don't, then just fork it as public. It's not that big a deal. There's going to be no proprietary information you're going to have to put into this. Okay, then what you're going to need to do is deploy this. So you won't have to change any of the code in here. There's a lot. I'm not going to go through it all in this video. We're just going to deploy it. Go ahead and deploy this to the production. Keep it on auto scale, and then just approve and configure build settings. Then we're going to deploy that there. Okay, now that we've deployed that, we're gonna wait a sec while that deploys. Once we get that URL, you're gonna wanna make sure you have the free hyphen times at the end of your URL, so that you're accessing the path that returns those free times. That tells the Python Flask app that it needs to access that path. Okay, once you've done that, hit OK, save it, and then we're good to go. The next tool that we're going to create is the booking tool. So let's hop back over to let's hop here in VAPI and create that new tool. So hop over there, hit new tool, Okay, we're creating a new tool now. And then we need the server URL again for that new tool. Go down to our resource section and we're going to, from the description, and we're going to import another blueprint just like we imported that blueprint before. And then it's going to be the create Google appointment JSON. You're gonna open that up, add that in there. And now we have that in there. And let's walk through this one a little bit. So first thing we're gonna need to do is create a new webhook. Gonna create a new webhook, just book appointment T-bots 2 webhook. Okay, cool. Now that we've created that webhook, let's copy that back. Okay, create that here. Oh, all right, save that there. Next thing we have to do is build the schema. So the schema is a bit different on this one. The schema, and we're going to, so I'm going to walk you through that here. Schema is going to be the caller's full name. Then we have the caller's full name in there. Okay, caller's full name, simple one. Next one is the appointment time. Right, property names, add appointment time. Sweet. Okay, all right, that's the title. And property, so caller selected appointment time is Monday at 10 a.m. All right, just a little sample there to let our agent know what to do. And then the appointment details. So this is when the agent asks, well, what do you want to book this appointment for? This is where it's going to send that. It's going to add this as this part of the schema. And we're going to save that. Okay, so that's the last one. Then the next thing we want to do, we want to hit next, and we're going to name this tool. I'm going to name it booking tool too. You can name it whatever you want. And then the tool description, we're going to add that in here as well. Tells the agent a little bit about this tool. Used to book appointments on our calendar. It needs the appointment time, caller's full name, to book it on our calendar. One thing, we want to go back previously and we want to hit required down here. We only require the full name and the appointment time. I'm not going to require the appointment details because we won't always get them. We won't always have time to get them, and we want to keep these calls short. So I'm not going to make that a requirement. But last thing we want to do is go back to the booking agent that we created and then go to functions and add that as a function of our booking agent. Yep. And then we want to hit publish again. Okay, go back to the model here. And that is it for this tool. Actually, no, let's go walk through this tool a bit more again here, just so you can understand a bit more about what's going on. So we have a couple steps here. This is a ChatGPT step that extracts the date from the appointment time that comes in. Then the next thing it does is pulls the start time from that same appointment time that's fed in. And those are important because we use those in this Google Calendar step, which we have to set this step up now. So mine is already set up here, but you essentially have to add your account, sign in, and then once you've signed in, you want to make sure that the calendar ID is pointing to the main calendar of the account that you want to set this up on. Then you don't have to change anything down here. This is all set up. It's going to add the event name, and then they have a service appointment on this date at this time, and then here's their contact phone number that they call in on. So you get all that information in the event name, and then it does the same thing for the description, so that when you book this on your calendar, whoever is on the other end, so whether it's you, your team, or whatever, they'll see those details on that calendar booking, and they'll be able to operate or prepare however they have to with those details. Okay, so we're gonna hit okay, move forward from there. This is an optional step that I've added in here. So this is hooked up to a Twilio number. It's really nice, and most people sort of expect it these days that when they book an appointment with someone, they get a text. They get a text confirmation, and that's exactly what this does here. So you're gonna say similar thing. You're gonna need to set this up with your Twilio. So you need the SID and auth token from Twilio, and then you're going to need to set up a phone number for messaging. For messaging, I go through this, and other people go through this in other videos that on how to set this whole thing up. But yeah, here's how that looks, and you're gonna get this in the resource from the JSON. You can add this step in if you want or not. It is a nice quality of life step. Then the final thing, and this is important, is the response from this tool call. So this is a tool that we're giving our agent, and this is the structure that it has to respond with so that the agent knows that it was successful. And how that looks is this part is already set up for you. We take the tool ID, and then we return the summary, which this is the summary of the appointment booking. And then that's it. That's it for this tool call. We're going to want to set this. First, we're going to want to save it. And then we're going to want to set this to on. And then once that's on, this is all set up to work for booking calls. Right. The next thing that we have to do, and we're closing the end here, is hook our squad together. So we've created 2 agents, and we have to create the squad now to put them together so that they know that they are a squad. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new squad, and the first agent we're gonna add is our Telebot's main agent 2. Create that squad. Okay. Now that we've created that squad, we are going to hop over here in the sort of dotted area here. Then we need to add the other member to that squad. Okay. Now that other member is here, we're just gonna do one direction from this, and then so that lets the main agent know that they can go from the main agent to the booking agent, but it doesn't allow the booking agent to go back to the main agent. And then we're going to edit that in and take that a bit further. So we're going to enter no first message here. We're going to bump that up to chat 4.0 mini, and the destination settings. So that's all set there. Then the system prompt for that squad is going to be really, really simple. It's just going to be transfer the call when the caller wants to book a call. That's it. So we're just going to say transfer the call when the caller wants to book a call. Save that there. And that is it. So one sort of quality of life thing here that we're going to want to do is go back to our booking agent, and we're going to change the voices from our first agent to our second agent. So our first agent has the default voice Hannah from Cartesia, and for the second agent, we're going to switch it to another voice, just so that the caller recognizes that they're being transferred, and it sounds like a different person when they get transferred. So I'm going to change it to the Southern Belle voice. I live in the South, so I like the Southern Belle voice. It's nice, reassuring, and yeah, it's hard to get mad at it. So yeah, that's a nice one there. And everything else is all set here. Okay. Then the last thing we have to do is connect a phone number to our squad. So we're going to bring in a new phone number here, and so how we're going to do that is get a new phone number from Twilio, then bring it in here. So I already have a new phone number here. You're going to want to log into your Twilio. I'm going to use this phone number that I purchased before. You can look up you can find how to buy a Twilio phone number pretty easily. Elsewhere, I'm not going to run through that in this tutorial. I'm just going to show you how to import it real quick. So we're going to copy that number over here. Then we need the account SID and the auth token. So to do that, we're going to go back to our Twilio dashboard, account dashboard. Here is the account SID. I'm going to copy that number here over to VAPI, paste that number in there. Then for the auth token, same thing. It's right below it. Copy that number in, same deal. Then I'm going to add a label to this number. I'm going to call it Telebot Squad. Okay, Telebot Squad, import from Twilio. It imported that number, and the last thing I need to do on this page is select a squad. So I can just select that squad right here since it's the only one that we have in here. Then that's all set up. Okay. All right, so let's test this out.
Hello, this is Tara from AI. I can help you book a call with our sales team, or would you like to talk to one of our demo agents?
I'd like to book a call.
Transferring the call now. What is your full name?
Full name is Zachary Phillips.
Thank you, Zachary. Could you please provide a brief reason for booking the call?
Yeah, I'd like an agent like this for my business.
This will just take a second. Great. Here are a few available time slots. 1. Tuesday at 10 a.m. 2. Wednesday at 3 p.m. 3:30 at 10 a.m. Which one works best for you?
Can I get Thursday at 10 a.m.?
Your call has been scheduled for Thursday at 10 a.m. Thank you for booking with us, Zachary.
All right, sweet. So there's our voice agent for our AI automation agency complete. Thanks for tuning in here. Actually, let's just pop over real quick, see if that call got scheduled so you don't have to take my word for it. So let's go scroll over there. All right, we see Thursday at 10 a.m. And then there are the details right there. Got my name, it booked the call at the right time, and then it adds the phone number in there, the full description, just like we set it up to. And we can even pop over to the text messages. And we got a new text message right here for an appointment at 10 a.m. Perfect. All right. If you liked tutorials like this, go ahead and smash that like button and smash that subscribe button or follow button if you're on LinkedIn. All right, bye.